Organic makeup companies moving on TV.uk. Bonjour. No.
Hi there, my name is Lauren O'Madal and I run the Weave Me a Dream Foundation for Interfaith, Peace and Talent. I've decided to enter this competition because my cause and our cause is to promote more peace in the world and through our music, and I've written this song called I Wish You Peace, which we're going to sing to you. I'm singing it and I'm Irish and Jewish. Jules Siddiqui, my friend, is Muslim and Catholic, and we're all different cultures and religions. I wish you peace, every race and creed and colour. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everyone!
חג חנוכה שמח ושנה טובה לכולם.
Eid Mubarak.
Feliz Navidad!
Shmaya Noel!
Vrolijke Weihnachten.
Galeshisonia.
Peace, Shalom, Salam, Shanti!
From around the world, this is the happy news from Moving On TV station.
Come on, give me a little song first.
Ja, begaan.
Happy, 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 happy news. Happy, happy, happy news.
Oh, you've nicked that. You gotta have a dream.
What happy news have I heard this week? There is some happy news. A friend of mine is just about to have a baby, and there's no better, more happier news than someone bringing a new life into this world. Hopefully a new life that will do positive stuff. They'll grow up in a positive way, holistically, confidently, and know that they can create their dreams and that they will create their dreams. The other happy news is Lauren, who's behind the happy news, is in Maidenhead, and she's got her own spot in Maidenhead, an office to have people come and to get involved in happy news. She wants people to come and do happy news. She wants people to come and help edit. She wants people to come and help and do all sorts that revolve around film, maybe even photography, networking, anything revolved around media and helping people. And this is a good thing, because she's actually giving people the opportunity to do all these wonderful things. She's giving people the chance to say what it is they've got to say, to give the message it is they want to give, and that's a powerful thing, just to give people the space to be able to share what it is they want to share. And then she'll help you share, but you need to help share the moving on TV as a result. The more everyone shares, the more everyone finds out about this, the more people we can make aware of moving on TV, the more we can get people away from mainstream TV, which is just depressing. We don't want to be watching EastEnders. We don't want to be watching all of these programs.
Or YouTube. YouTube's depressing now as well.
Yeah, YouTube, because they've got too much of a choice, I suppose. We just want people to have only positive material to look at. So moving on TV is the happy news, and the chance that you can get on there and you can help with it, you can be part of it, do so. It's the way to go. Lots of love, and take care to everyone, and enjoy your life. Happy.
No, rien, de rien. Oh, I love you too, Marcel. Oh, bonjour, bonjour. I want to wear my face to the audience as I would a la verre. And that is why I refuse to wear the makeup and the products, not unless they are organic. Because they make me feel nude. So, come on board, organic makeup companies, moving on TV.uk.
Make me an instrument of your peace. Love made me an instrument of your peace. Where there's hatred, let them sow love. Injury, pardon, love, faith, despair, hope. Where there's darkness, let there be light. Where there is sadness, joy, for every girl. to be loved, 'cause it's in giving that we receive. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. Love, make me an instrument of your peace. For it's in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it's in dying we're born to eternal an instrument of your peace. Lord, make me an instrument. Though I walk through the valley of cold and dark, there is always a song right here in my heart, as I try to express my love to you and glory in your smile. Though I walk through the valley of pain inside, there is always a sun that will shine so bright, as I follow through the tunnel to your loving arms. Can you hear me sing? Can you hear me sing? As I long to feel your love bells now, so jingle, 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 quiet, and jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one-horse open sleigh. Give yourself a round of applause. Woo!
From around the world, this is the Happy News from Moving On TV, your positive TV station. V-Station.
Welcome to the Happy News.
Well, we have some fantastic news. It's almost Christmas and we have got hundreds and hundreds of families that need help. Without presents from us, their children wouldn't get anything at all. And we sent an appeal out, and every single child that we look after and their parents will receive a gift because of the fantastic people that are out there. And Christmas Day meal, cooking turkey, one person cooking roast potatoes, one doing vegetables. The community have pulled together. How fantastic is that?
Yeah,
and you can't get any happier than that.
Thank you.
No, rien, de rien. Oh, I love you too.
V-Station.
Welcome to the Happy News.
Well, we have some fantastic news. It's almost Christmas and
Snow is falling on the ground this time of year. Time to have your friends round and your family. Hang out the mistletoe, start to show a bit of festive cheer, for Christmas time is here. Decorations starting to appear everywhere. Feel of celebration filling the air. Time for peace among mankind, and turkey and mulled wine, all coming together for Christmas time. Time for opening presents, having Christmas dinners. Remember Jesus coming to pardon all sinners, spreading peace and love all over the earth as we celebrate the Saviour's birth. Santa filling up his sleigh to travel all around the world, on a special day for all the boys and girls. Time to ask yourself again, have I been good this year? For Christmas time is here. Opening presents, having Christmas dinners. Remember Jesus coming to pardon all sinners, spreading peace and love all over the earth as we celebrate the Saviour's birth. See the green branches of the Christmas tree, watching over all the action is the Christmas fairy. Decorating the tinsel and presents round underneath, for Christmas time Christmas time is here. Christmas time is here. Christmas time is here. Merry Christmas.
From around the world, this is the Happy News from Moving On TV, your positive TV station.
Welcome to the Happy News.
Oh, we have some fantastic news. It's almost Christmas and we have got hundreds and hundreds of families that need help. Without presents from us, their children wouldn't get anything at all. And we sent an appeal out, and every single child that we look after and their parents will receive a gift because of the fantastic people that are out there. And Christmas Day meal, cooking turkey, one person cooking roast potatoes, one doing vegetables. The community have pulled together. How fantastic is that?
Yeah,
and you can't get any happier than that.
Thank you.
No, rien, de rien. Oh, I love you too, Marcel. Oh, bonjour, bonjour. I want to wear my face to the audience as I would a la verre. And that is why I refuse to wear the makeup and the products, not unless they are organic. Because they make me feel nude. So, come on board, organic makeup companies, moving on TV.uk. Bonjour.
From around the world, this is the Happy News from Moving On TV, your positive TV station.
Hi there, my name's Vervina and welcome to the Happy News. So, my happy news for today is about my experiences at university. I did a 3 years course in fine arts and I felt really, let's say, Frightened to try something new because I do a lot of painting, photography and drawing, but I never got to try things big. I always did things small scale. So my teachers taught me to be more brave, more confident and think big, think outside the box. So I started to do performances, installations, a bit of sculptures and a lot of costume making, and those things I really love doing, and if I hadn't done those I would have not gotten to the stage. So I graduated happy, positive, and now I can do my own sort of expressive ways of art and spread all the news to everyone, making them feel happy and confident about themselves, and just try things new. Try new things, don't be scared. It's definitely worth it.
No, rien, de rien. Oh, I love you too, Marcel. Oh, bonjour, bonjour. I want to wear my face to the audience as I would a la verre. And that is why I refuse to wear the makeup and the products, not unless they are organic. Because they make me feel nude. So, come on board, organic makeup companies, moving on TV.uk. Bonjour.
From around the world, this is the happy news from Moving On TV.
Happy story came about when I met my now husband quite a few years ago now, when I was in Rotaract. I was helping volunteer with the local Rotaract club. Little did I know at that point I was going to meet the person that I'd spend the rest of my life with. So if you want to get involved in volunteering, it's worth it because you never know who you're going to meet.
Welcome to Moving On TV, the new TV channel for us, the positive, inspirational TV channel. My name is Lauren Hope. I am the founder and CEO of Moving On TV. No one is ordinary. We're all special, unique, wonderful human beings. We're all celebrities with our own talents and strengths and dreams. Moving On TV is here for all of us. We have a book show if you wrote a book. We're looking for talent, for Moving On talent. We want to stream you. We don't want you to compete. Artists shouldn't have to compete. It's disrespectful. And we're going to produce a new musical, and you could be in it. And we're going to serialize. Welcome to Moving On TV, the new TV channel for us, the positive, inspirational TV channel. My name is Lauren Hope. I am the founder and CEO of Moving On TV. No one is ordinary. We're all special, unique, wonderful human beings. We're all celebrities with our own talents and strengths and dreams. Moving On TV is here for all of us. We have a book show if you wrote a book. We're looking for talent, for Moving On talent. We want to stream you. We don't want you to compete. Artists shouldn't have to compete. It's disrespectful. And we're going to produce a new musical, and you could be in it. And we're going to serialize it for everyone. We're not going to have the news. We're going to have the happy news. Positive, inspirational, happy stories, which are actually the majority of the stories in the world that are happening all around us, except no one wants to give them to you. And of course, because we're run by solution-based people, life coaches, we want to give you the truth and to help you move on. So we want to know why these tragedies are happening all around us. Why are so many people being hit off their bicycles? What is the solution to all these problems in our world? How can we have a better world, a more peaceful world? We're looking for you. We're looking for all of you. Everyone has a unique story. We're looking for hosts, presenters, all age groups, particularly older people that are not being given any opportunities. Come and work on our media. Cameramen, editors, anyone who wants to work with us, and of course sponsors, organic makeup and organic products that are helping the environment and the human race. Come on board Moving On TV, the new positive channel, the channel that gives you hope. You're depressed. Come on board Moving On TV. See you soon. Bye.
Christmas won't be Christmas without any presents.
So dreadful to be poor.
I don't think it's fair for some girls to get lots of pretty things. And then other girls get nothing at all.
We have mother and father. And we have each other.
We don't have father. And we're not going to have father for a long time.
You know why Mother proposed having no presents this year is because it's going to be a hard winter for all. We ought to spend money for pleasure when our men are suffering so in the army. We should all make our little sacrifices and do so gladly. I'm afraid I don't.
What good's a fiver going to do to the army? I accept that we shouldn't get presents from Mother or you, but I do really want a new book. I've wanted one for ages.
I plan to spend mine on new music.
I shall get a new box of paints. I really need them.
Look, Mother didn't say anything about our money, so why don't we treat ourselves, have a little fun? I'm sure we've all earned it.
I know I do. Teaching those tiresome children all day when I'm longing to come home and enjoy myself.
You don't have half the hard time as I do. How would you like it being stuck in this house all day, not being able to get out and having to worry about this fussy old woman who's never satisfied? I don't know whether I want to fly out the window or cry.
It's naughty to worry. But I do think that washing dishes and tidying things up is the worst work in the world. It makes me so fed up, and my hands get so stiff that I can't practice well at all.
No. I don't believe any of you suffer as I do, for you don't have to go to school with awful girls who wind you up if you don't know your lessons, and laugh at your dresses, and label your father if he isn't rich, and insult you if your nose isn't pretty.
If you mean liable, then so what? But don't label Dad as if he was a pickle jar.
I know what I mean. And you needn't be satirical about it. It's proper to use good words and improve your vocabulary.
Don't peck at each other. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful to have the money Dad lost when we were little? Oh, how happy we'd be if we had no worries.
You said the other day you thought we were happier than celebrities. They're fighting and stressed all the time in spite of their money.
So I did, and I think that we are. But though we work hard, we make fun of ourselves. And we're a pretty jolly set, as Joe would say.
Joe does use such slang words. Don't go. It's so boyish.
And that's why I do it.
I hate rude, unpleasant, unladylike girls.
And I hate unaffected, spoiled brats. Hey, sit down. And you, sit.
You're both to blame. Josephine, it didn't matter to act boyish when you were younger, but now that you're taller and know how to do your hair, you should remember you are a young lady now.
I'm not a young lady, and I'll wear my hair however I want to wear my hair. I don't want to be like you, prim and proper. Look at you, I want to be out there, I want to be with Dad. I don't want to be stuck here like a pokey old woman knitting him socks.
Oh, Joe, it's too bad, but it can't be helped. So you must try to be contented by making your name boyish and plain brother to us girls.
And as for you, Amy, you're too prim and proper. It's amusing now, but if you're not careful, you're going to an affected old goose. Look, I like your nice ways and refined way of speaking, but when you're not trying to be elegant, your absurd words are almost as silly as Joe's slang.
Joe's a tomboy, and Amy's a goose. Then what am I, please?
You're a dear, and nothing else.
These are quite worn out. Mum must have a new pair. I thought I'd get her some with my fiver.
No! I shall! I'm the oldest!
Well, I'm the man of the house. Dad told me to look after Mum while he was away, so I'll get them.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's each get her something for Christmas and not get anything for ourselves.
You are good, Beth. What should we get her?
I shall get you a nice pair of gloves.
Boots.
Some handkerchiefs.
I shall get her a lovely little bottle of perfume. I know she likes it, and then I will still have money left over to buy my pencils.
And how should we give her these things?
Well, why don't we put them on the table, bring her in, and then she'll see the presents like we used to do on our birthdays.
I used to be so frightened when it was my turn to sit in the chair with the crown on. and see you guys come marching down with presents and kisses. The presents I liked, and the kisses, but it was really difficult for me to sit there, have you staring at me while I opened them.
Look, let's surprise Mum. Tomorrow we can go to town and buy all those presents, and we've got so much to do before we can sort out the Christmas show.
I don't intend to act any more after this one. I'm getting too old for such things.
You won't stop as long as you're allowed to wear that pretty white gown with all that paper jewellery. You're the best actress we've got. Now, come on, Amy, let's do that fainting scene and stop being as stiff as an old poker.
I can't help it! I never saw anyone faint before, and I don't choose to make myself all black and blue, tumbling flat as you do. No, if I can go down easily, I'll drop. And if I can't, I shall fall into a chair and be graceful. And I don't care if Hugo does come at me with a pistol.
Look, do what I do. Clasp your hands together like this and stagger forward saying, Rodrigo, Rodrigo, save me! Ah!
Rodrigo, Rodrigo, save me, save me!
It's no use. Look, if the audience laugh at you on the night, don't blame me. Come on then, we need to do the witch's curse. Move this, we don't have any space. Come on. Right, now I need you to sit down here with a cauldron and pretend that you're singing to the spirits. Amy, where are those costumes that I told you to get?
What costumes are those?
The ones that I told you to get.
I forgot them.
Well, I have an idea. Excuse me, Beth. Why don't we use this wrap? Oh, I like this. Around you, like that.
Well, it's not as good as my costume, but where's yours?
It would have been with Amy's, but I can use this as a hat. I tie it around my forehead.
Right, now I need you to go onto the piano and go dun 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 when I come in, because I'm the villain. Dun, dun. We ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Rodrigo, save me! Save me!
I think I heard Mum. She'll be in soon. Help me put everything back.
I'm dead. I couldn't possibly help.
Oh, Amy. That's the best we've done yet. I don't understand how you can write and act such splendid things, Jo.
You're a regular Shakespeare.
Well, I'd much rather do Macbeth. If only we had a trapdoor like Banquo. I've always liked to kill someone. Is that a dagger I see?
I think this rather suits me as a bandana.
Better than Jo's costume.
Nice to see you so merry, my girl.
Mum, you're back.
How are you today? Oh, Beth, did anyone call? No. Meg, how's your cold, sweetheart?
Much better.
Joe, you look tired to death. Oh, come here. Come and give your mum a big hug. Oh. Now, I've got a surprise for you girls.
Oh,
Did you notice? A Christmas card from your father with lots of wonderful wishes for Christmas and a special message for you girls.
I think it was so loving of Father to go as a counsellor when he was too old to be drafted, not strong enough to be a soldier.
I wish I could go as a nurse or a journalist or anything, just so I could be near him.
Oh, but it must be so disagreeable to sleep in a tent, and to eat all sorts of nasty tasting foods, and to drink out of a tin mug.
Will he come home?
Not for a while, sweetheart. That is, unless he's sick. But he must stay and do his duty. And we won't expect him back, not a minute sooner. Right, let's have a look at this letter. Right. Give them my dear love and a kiss. Tell them I think of them by day, pray for them by night, and find my best comfort in their affection at all times. A year seems very long to wait before I see them, but remind them that while we wait, we may all work at these, oh, your dad's writing, these hard days need not be wasted. Oh, my love, Dad, I am so proud of my little women.
Well, I'm a selfish girl. But I will truly try to be better so he won't be so disappointed in me.
I think too much of my looks and hate to work. But I won't anymore, not if I can help it.
Well, I just want to be a boy, but I'm going to start trying to do what Dad says and be a little woman.
How about you play us something, Beth?
Christmas after all. Come on.
Nick, you can have them.
Seriously, girls, Mum wanted us to read and love these books, but we must start at once. We used to be faithful about such things, but when Dad left and that terrible war business unsettled us, we've neglected many things. You can do as you please, but I shall keep my mind by my bed, read a little every morning, for I know it will do me good. Where is Mum?
Oh, God only knows. Someone came knocking at the door for some money, and she went to get some cash to give him. You know your mother, so kind.
She'll be back soon, Helen. We must get everything ready. Where is Amy's present? The little perfume bottle.
She took it a minute ago to go and put a ribbon on it.
How nice my hands look, don't they? Calla washed and ironed them for me.
Oh, look, she's gone and put Mother on it instead of M. Marsh. How funny.
Is that wrong? I decided to do it that way because Meg's initials are M March and I didn't want anyone else to use them. But
don't you worry, dear. It's a pretty, quite sensible too, for no one will mistake them now. I will please her very much, I know.
Quick, hide the basket. Mother's coming.
Where have you been? What are you hiding behind your back?
Don't laugh at me, Joe. You see, I only meant for no one to know until the time came. I was so ashamed about my present after we were talking about being so good and reading Mum's gift to us, so I went on and got a new one. I exchanged it and I gave all my money for it, so I'm truly trying not to be selfish anymore. And I'm so glad that I did, because my present is so much nicer than yours.
Hannah, how is everything? How it's lovely that you've done. Girls, very nice. Oh, so good to see you. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm so glad you've done all of this. Anyway, I've got something to talk to you about. Can you all down here? Look at this. Where did this come from? Now then, while I was out, I came across a little boy begging in the streets. He told me that his mum had just had a newborn baby, and they were so cold they all had to huddle because the heating wasn't working. Isn't that awful? Anyway, I thought about an idea. How about we give them our breakfast for a Christmas present?
Well, I'm so glad you told us before we'd begun.
may I help bring the food to the children?
Wonderful.
I'll bring the butter.
Right, thank you. Come on, everyone. Hannah, let's get all the bags together and put some bread in there and all these fruit and everything. We can help them and then we can come back and then make it up for dinner. How's that? Wonderful.
Mum, what about this?
What's there? Beautiful idea. Okay, everyone, go and get your coats and scarves. It's very cold out there. Come on.
And be thankful for the love we have for each other. Our Father is away. Our Father is away.
Are you ready?
Dealing with those tiresome children all day, and I'm longing to come home and enjoy myself. You don't have half the time that I do.
Brilliant! Hi, I'm Lauren Hope, and I run Moving On TV. I'm producing, directing, and playing the part of Mum, Mrs. March.
Hi, so I'm Sophie and I play Amy.
My name's Joella Flintoff and I'm playing the character of Beth.
And what can I say? What can I say? I'm really excited about playing the part of the mother. It's been quite a day today. Our Joe dropped out and we've had some lovely people that have turned up. I think we're going to do a wonderful pilot.
I play Amy and she's incredibly annoying. She's a younger sister and she's always having to compete with Joe, who's incredibly boisterous, and she completely doesn't like that. She doesn't like how boisterous and rude, and she calls out an unladylike girl at one point, which is actually fairly opposite to what it should probably mean.
I originally went up with Beth and Amy. Lauren said, done, Beth. So I came in so vulnerable, she cast me as Beth. I've done acting since I was at uni. I did performing arts. I love it. It's what I want to do.
So I hope you enjoy what we're doing. Thank you.
I'm Morris Fleischer of Video Enterprises. I'm involved somewhat in this shooting of little... Start that again. Little... Hello, I'm Morris Fleischer of Video Enterprises. I'm using my premises as the property that the action's taking place in. I'm providing some camera assistance, and I hope you're going to enjoy this. Thank you.
No, I'm the one that's meant to be... Sorry? Right. Let's surprise Mum. We've got so go shopping. We've got so much to do before we can sort out Christmas Eve. Show. We need to act anymore after. There's tiresome children all day. I'm longing to enjoy myself at home. There's only half of it.
Right, can we do the whole of my entrance again? Okay, thank you. Anything that's not set now.
So we would have breakfast, right?
Can you? Because we're not paying for it.
No, of course.
Copyright.
Then we cut that bit. I'm reading it. Let's read to you. Oh, Marcel, will you just come back from the shops already? Oh, I
Madame
need some
Piaf.
whiskey.
Hello, Madame Piaf.
Ah, what is it? What is it? What is it, Edward? What is it? Can you see I'm busy?
I'm trying to tell you, Madame Piaf. It's very important. You have an email, a very important email.
Email? What's an email? I don't know what an email is. I don't understand your 2014 giggle gaggle iPods upods. Oh my God, Edward! I think I'm an alcoholic. Look, alcoholism.
Madame Piaf.
Oh my God.
Madame Piaf, please pay
is
attention.
it?
It's very important.
Well, get me a letter.
No,
I can read a letter.
Would you like? We have an email on the iPod. Would you like me to read it to you, Madame Piaf?
Well, I suppose if you have to, but I just rediscovered something about myself. Diseases due to circulatory disorders. I've always got these aches, the pains, and these numbness.
It's very important.
Edward.
I'd like to read you this email. It's very important. It's
from
the PRS.
What? The who?
The PRS.
What? The Public Rubbish Society?
The Performing Rights Society.
What are you talking about? Oh, get on with it. Tell me what you're talking about.
Let me read you the important email, Madame Piaf. It says, Madame Piaf, you owe the PRS €1 million for performing your own songs, which you have not asked for the rights to. They say that you can pay by debit card or credit card to the account number they've detailed here, or they're going to export you back to 1940s France.
1940s France! Oh, no, not the walls! Not the walls, please! Not the bombs! The walls! What's euros?
Euros, it's the currency of the day.
Well, how much is that in francs? 2 francs? 5 francs? I get it, I pay.
Ooh, I think last time we had francs there was about 9 to the pound, so that's probably about 9 million.
Oh my God, Edward, what am I going to do? You can't send me back to France. Don't let them send me back to France, please. Not to the wall.
Madame, would you like me to arrange payment, make all this go away?
Yeah, no, I don't know. No, I have an idea, a good idea. A Piaf idea. I am the most famous singer in the world. I am the other Edith Piaf. I shall write a new Je ne regrette rien. My own Je ne regrette rien. What do you think? What do you think, Edward? A good idea. Yes, that's it. Go. I write my own song.
Very well,
bye
Madame
bye.
Piaf. Very well.
Thank you.
Very
Bye bye.
Well. Bye bye.
Oh, Marcel, I wrote a new song. A new Je ne regrette rien, my darling. Do you want to hear the new song? Right, I write the new song. Yes, Edward, I can hear you thinking. What do you want?
Pardon? I beg your pardon, Madame Piaf?
You're sitting there with your head going round and round. Your thoughts, I can hear your thoughts. They're so loud. My God, your thoughts. What are you thinking now, Edward?
I'm simply doing a bit of online banking, Madame Piaf. I wasn't even really paying much attention to what you're doing.
Well, don't you want to hear my new song that I've taken a whole week to write? One verse. Please listen. This is my new Je ne regrette rien, Edward. You got to be very, very quiet and listen. No talk. No talking.
Yes, okay.
All right. Je ne regrette rien. Regrette rien. Regrette rien. What's wrong, Edward? Don't you like it?
Are you familiar with a group called the Beatles?
Well, yes, of course. What am I, stupid? Of course I know the Beatles. Everybody knows the Beatles.
Do you remember they did a cartoon animated film?
Yes, I suppose too. Something with Sgt. Peppers and I don't know, maybe tomatoes?
Yeah. And do you remember the scenes where they all went under the water in the submarine?
Yes.
The yellow submarine?
Oh yeah, of course. that
Can-
was a
can you-
lovely
can-
film.
Can you?
A
can
lovely
you-
film.
Can you sing me the Yellow
You want
Submarine?
me to sing the Yellow Submarine?
Yes, please.
I can't remember it very well.
Shall I help you out?
Yeah, maybe, yeah, a little bit, yeah. It's nice of you, thank you, Edward.
We all live in the Yellow Submarine. Yellow
Oh,
Submarine.
yes, that's
Yellow
very, yeah.
Submarine.
Oh, yes.
Je ne regrette rien. Je ne regrette rien. It's the same.
Sounds nothing like it. Listen again.
Sing it again for me. Sing it again.
It sounds nothing like it. You're just making a joke, Edward.
Yeah, of course. Sing it again for me.
Right. Okay, and I'll try again. Je ne regrette rien. Regrette rien.
Yellow Submarine.
God,
So I'm.
it sounds exactly the same, Edward.
I'm right, aren't I, Madame P?
Yes.
I'm right.
Right, give me a
Yes,
moment.
again, I'm right.
Give me a moment. I come up with another one. Marcel, what do you think, darling? Let's come up with another one. I sing. Oh yes, that inspires me so much. Right. Je ne regrette rien. It's lovely, eh?
That's a lovely tune, Madame.
Yes, beautiful.
Exquisite. Absolutely exquisite.
It's beautiful, yes. You like it?
Do you remember?
Marcel, love it.
Yeah, I could understand. Do you remember a very famous actress called Judy Garland?
Oh, not that again. Judy Garland. That's all I hear. I am Edith Piaf, the most famous French singer. I don't want to hear about poor Judy. She's also dead, like me.
Do you remember one of Judy Garland's most famous film roles?
What film she makes? Meet me in St. Louis, Christmas stupid show, and yeah, what
Do you ever
else she
remember
makes?
her singing as a small child somewhere over the rainbow? Maybe?
I hope she sang over the rainbow, because I don't want to hear her.
You remember the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow, don't you?
Oh, come on, it's nothing like my song. My song is much more... It's so beautiful. It's so full of love.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Doesn't sound anything like it. Je
Somewhere
ne
over the
regrette rien.
rainbow.
Oh, Edward. Oh, Edward. I'm useless. I can't write a song to save my life. That's it. My career is over. End the story. Just leave me. Leave me. Go. 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 I thank you. I have no money to give you.
Very well, Madame Pierre.
Oh.
Go.
Oh, so unhappy. So unhappy.
The thoughts I have of you, you're always on my mind. you're always on my mind. Circling round my brain, it happens all the time. I close my eyes and a vision will appear. Wish that you were next to me, but you're no longer here. Wish we were together, not all alone. Wish we were together, not all alone. The anger you display, I really cannot take. Want to break the barriers that you and I would make. There'll always be a part of you down deep inside. In the corners of my heart, you're always on my mind. Wish we were together, not all alone. Wish we were together, not all alone. I try to follow all the cycles of the night. Up and down the feelings go, I know it is right. Reaching out to touch your love, but emptiness is here. Wish that you were here again. You'll always be there. You'll always be there. The cycles of the night. Up and down the feelings go on. It is right. Reaching out to touch your love, but emptiness is here. Wish that you were here again. You'll always be there. I feel the cold dark night go trembling through my skin. Bar the doors and windows tight, so I won't let it in. All alone. The trees have finally shed their leaves and winter is here. So our love will slowly die and I will shed a tear. Wish we were together, not all alone. Wish we were together, not all alone. Wish we were together, not all alone. Not all alone. Not all alone. Not
Welcome to Moving On TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Art Show on Moving On TV. And
Of course, I was muted. Sorry, guys. I want to introduce that properly because I was muted. Okay, this is Frances Kenny, who toured everywhere with us as my keyboard player in Piaf. Wonderful, wonderful person. And also as Titan, the father in Maria Callas. And it's his birthday today, so we're wishing Francis a happy birthday, sweetheart, and putting on the art show. And just to remind you, tomorrow we start. Lauren, don't shout. Lauren, breathe, please. You want a singing voice? Okay, we start at 7 o'clock tomorrow with MOTV Jukebox. And we've got Nick Evans, we've got Muggsy. Muggsy has sent me a link again to his beautiful music. We've got Larry Perry with I'm Ready and his beautiful videos. We've got Sarah's Hope. We've got Megalina Rhodes video. We've got Joey Weiss from Bill Haley and the Comets, who is publishing. He's the one who's actually commissioned Heart Vision, the song that I wrote, that Paul McDonald wrote with me, or he wrote and I co-wrote, and we sang together. That beautiful piece of music that is getting more and more likes every day is being put up for a Grammy. So, of course, that will be on. So with Joey White's music and hopefully some more songwriters that he is commissioning. And on Saturday, I will be interviewing Joey Weiss. Now, Joey Weiss is the original keyboard player for Bill Haley and the Comets. And I'm going to rock around the clock tonight, okay? Which is so exciting. Probably the most famous person I will have had on Moving On TV at the moment. And who else have we got? We've got Daily Smalls music, and anybody else who sends me music, Dan Woodfine. Anyway, guys, I love you lots, and I'm going to watch this till 5:30, and then I've got to switch off again, and I'll be back again probably about 10 o'clock. And I will try to get the New Encounters Zoom on tonight for your entertainment, to get to know about the characters and see how much fun we have developing them. Here we go.
today I have got a very special guest, Frances Kenny. Hi, Frances.
Hi, Lauren.
It's really good to have you here.
Alright, sure.
Frances is, let me see, a director, a technical advisor because you do lights and sound.
Yeah.
You play the keyboard, you play the guitar, you compose, and you also play the violin.
Yeah.
So where did this all start? What was how old were you when you first started performing or playing,
I think
becoming
maybe
a
I was
musician?
about 6 or 7. I started on the guitar and the violin, and then I started on the piano a bit later, just playing chords and stuff like that, and making out melodies and stuff like that. And just always loved music. Always loved music, and it's such a healer, you know. If you've had a really bad day and you can pick up the guitar or pick up, you know, just play something on the piano or work something out, you know. I just think it's a great thing to do, to be able to learn to play something.
So how old were you when you say you actually started? When was your first performance that you performed live, would you say?
Well, when we were at primary school, we used to have sort of like little music groups where you'd have people who play the recorder and the violin and the piano, and we'd all have the music out there, and for assemblies we'd do like little skits, you know, we'd do green sleeves or something like that, and you know, and everyone would play together, and you know, like a little orchestra maybe. And then as I got into secondary school, it was like everyone was playing the piano or playing the violin, and now in those days when I was growing up, they had peripatetic teachers where they would actually teach you the violin or teach you the guitar, and you wouldn't have to pay for it, but they don't have that nowadays, which was a blessing really. You know, it was a real blessing, so anyone could, you know, if anyone who was interested could pick up an instrument off the school and learn how to play it. And
wonderful.
It was brilliant.
It's a shame they don't have that.
Yeah, it's such a shame.
So what about your family? Do you have any musical influences at all in your family?
Well, maybe from my Irish side, there's, I think one of my uncles plays the accordion.
Right.
And I think quite a few of them can play certain things. So I think it comes from maybe my dad's or my mum's side of the family. You know, they're quite musical, so I think that's maybe where it comes from.
Wonderful. I mean, I've been lucky that you've actually directed me years ago in Blight Spirits, and which was an absolutely fantastic experience. But did you ever have any formal training to direct or to do technical side of theatre in any way?
No, I didn't have any formal training. I have done tech stuff before, but just helping out assistant stage manager, where you do the props and you know, you mark out the masking plots and make sure that people have their props and stuff like that. Done a bit of lighting before with Questers, but it's mostly amateur that I've done. You know, I've not done semi-professional or professional.
So I've seen some books here, like for dummies, different things like screenwriting for dummies. And so you actually teach yourself all these things, do you?
I like to teach. That's how I learned a lot of the music that I taught myself. I taught myself the piano. Once you get to know the chords, basic chords in C, F and G and maybe D, like on the guitar, if you learn them on the piano, you can play a lot of songs. You can play a hell of a lot of songs. You know, because a lot of the songs in the charts, and maybe even from the 60s, 70s, 80s, the chords weren't that complicated. So once you learn the basic chords, you can learn the songs as well, you know.
Sure, and you also compose your own music, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is great. So what are your influences? Where do you get your ideas from, or who inspires you?
I don't know, I'm inspired a lot by instrumental music. I like New Age music, and I like composing New Age music because I don't know, there's something, I don't know if this is true, but they say something about theta waves, that in instrumental music like classical or New Age or any sort of instrumental music, there's a wave that comes from the music that calms you down. It's like sometimes they compose music for yoga or aerobics or, you know, anything, you know, for dance, for ballet, and something in the music, the wave of the music, the theta wave, calms you down, and I think it's really good for your mental health.
Sure.
That if you can access instrumental music, something without words, because with the words comes thoughts, but if you're listening to a nice calming instrumental music, maybe piano, violins or something like that, there's a wave that comes on you, and there's no lyrics, So it's just a feeling you get, a feeling of well-being, of calmness when you hear the music, and that's what inspired me to write instrumental music.
How wonderful. But you also do lyrics. I mean, you did the most beautiful lyrics and also the music to the Little Women pilot that we did
that was
while
great.
Father is away. I mean, again, where do you get your inspiration to write this kind of poetry? Because it is very, very creative.
I hadn't seen Little Women, but I'd seen bits and read bits and saw bits, and it was like a group of women, like, you know, a family, and they were mucking in, getting things done together while Daddy's away, you know, and that's what inspired the song. It was like, you know, all these things are happening, you know, sometimes terrible, sometimes happy, you know, and they were just getting on with it, and he was working, he was never there, you know, so they had to get on with it, and that's what inspired me to write the lyrics. Maybe it's through the strength of a woman, the strength of the family to keep them together.
It's beautiful, yeah. So what is it you haven't done yet in theatre? Anything that you feel that you still like to do, that you're still aspiring to do?
I'd like to do a musical. I'd love to do a musical or a pantomime.
Have you done pantomimes at all?
I'd like to
Have
write.
you been in pantomimes?
I was in one. I wrote one years ago.
What's that called?
We toured. It was called The Show with No Budget.
Okay.
And it was about this because it had no budget. The show had no budget.
Tell me about it.
The show with no budget.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
So we had to make So we toured around a couple of schools and did this show, and it was about Dr. Death, and he was taking over television for his own evil ends and trying to hypnotise everyone, and you know, and there was a group who were trying to combat him and catch him out, and you know, send him off to the police or whatever and stuff like that.
Did you write all the music for it?
I wrote the music and the script as well, but that was so much fun because it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like a serious piece. It was like, you know, it was just a bit of fun, and we had some songs in it and stuff like that, and the guys did brilliant.
So did you orchestrate it as well? Do you orchestrate music as well for different instruments?
I can do, but I'm learning how to do it. You can get scores off the internet and stuff like that. You can get free scores, but then there's other programs you can get, like Sibelius and stuff like that. And there's a wealth of stuff out there to help you. You know, if you're interested in music, and it's so nice nowadays to write it as well. You know, to put it down on a piece of paper and say, right, I've done that, and now let me look at it and see if I can play it, you know, instead of saying, okay, we'll just do the chords. And that's what I'm getting more, because I was always a chord person, but now I'm learning more to read a bit more, because I was never classically trained as a pianist. I'd always taught myself, so I'm now trying to teach myself how to properly read it and, you know, have a go and stuff like that.
Well, it's very exciting as well, because you're going to be playing for Love Conquers All, for the Piaf show that we're doing. We're debuting it tomorrow at the Bath Fringe. And how do you feel about that? Because I know you love Piaf's music.
It's a great show. You're great in the show. It's very inspiring. It's very inspiring. It's very inspiring. And like as they say, Lauren, it's like it's the music that it's the way you play her, but it's also the music collaborated with the drama of her life. That is it feels so real when you're there. It's like you're in a living room and you're talking to her, and she's letting go of everything, you know.
But how do you feel about being in the show? Because this is actually your show now.
I'm honoured to
your show about Francis Kenny. So how do you feel about being involved and playing that amazing, because it is amazing music, especially Himmler Moore, and it all comes from a very, very deep place, doesn't it, with Piaf?
I'm honoured to be in the show actually, but I'm very nervous because it's the first proper professional gig that I've done really, so I'm I'm going to look at my music tonight and make sure we have a lot of practice tomorrow, and hopefully.
When you say a professional gig, I mean, I've known you for years and years, and I've always seen your talents are so amazing. When you say professional, does that mean you've never actually been, you know, when you've been, what is professional? What's the difference? Because to me there's really no difference between professional and amateur. The talent is talent, isn't it?
I think there's a lot of people out there that do it for the love of it, you know, and that's what I've always done. Years ago I was in the Crescent Theatre, and it was only bit parts I was getting, but like you were helping out with the props, you know, you're doing tech stuff and stuff like that, and it's just as important, you know, because that theatre has to run as well, you know, and people come back year after year to watch productions, you know, because they, you know, sometimes, I don't know, maybe in an amateur production there's more enthusiasm, so there's a different sort of vibe, you know, but it's you know, it's just as professional production because people are all into it, you know, and enjoy doing it, so that at the end of the day there's not really that much difference between amateur and professional. It's just one gets paid and one does it for the love.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
Right. So, considering you do a lot of different things, and you're an all-rounder, you know, which is incredible, really. What's your favourite thing? What would you say stands out to you? Like, some people like the singing, some people like the acting. Because if you do everything, what would you say stands out for you?
It's the singing.
The singing?
The singing. There's a concert coming up at church because I play for the church choir as well.
Oh, okay.
And a chance to do 2 songs. One's Hallelujah, which they do a lot on Britain's Got Talent and X Factor. But I'm doing the Jeff Buckley version because there's an extra verse about Marvel Arch. And I've written a new song called He Will Come.
Wow.
It's basically taken from the Easter story in the Bible, but it's linked with, they talk about Jesus coming for the second coming.
Okay.
And that's what the song's about. It's about his death and resurrection, his ascension, and his coming again, and that's what the song is called, He Will Come, with the choir of angels.
Do you play that on the piano?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're going to play that for us?
I could do.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I want to hear that. And you wrote it?
Yeah, I wrote it.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to have a little break now, but we're going to come back and we're going to watch Francis play He Will Come.
He Will Come.
He Will Come, which is a new production, a new song that he's written and is going to play for us on the piano in part 2. Thank you.
The show was absolutely fantastic. Pay the money and go. It's really good.
Get the CD. It's the best show I've
For a long
seen.
time.
One
absolutely wonderful show. The singing was absolutely beautiful.
Lauren basically is Edith Piaf. Please go.
Watch and pray, knows the hour of the coming of the Lord in our hearts. He will take his cup of suffering and say, "Your will be done." I vow to thee, my country, only things above, and whole and perfect, Simon held up his holy cross for you. He was crucified on Golgotha Mount, and the sky was filled with dust. With a choir of angels, and bring hope for eternity. He will come and bring salvation and peace to humanity. Eloi lama sabachthani, he was really Son of God. On the third day he rose again, and the angel rolled his stone away. He ascended into heaven, is seated at God's right hand. He will come and spread peace throughout the land. He will love the choir of angels and bring hope for eternity. He will come and bring salvation and peace to humanity.
Today we're with Francis Kenny, and we just heard Francis sing that beautiful composition, which was a mix of He Will Come, which was the new hook that you've written about the resurrection, and I Vow to Thee, My Country. So how did you actually write that? How did you put it together? Were you inspired by I Vow to Thee, My Country, and then thought, I'm just going to add a really exciting hook to it?
I think basically how it started was I had an idea for a song, an Easter Easter song, and I looked through the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, at all the accounts of what happened to Jesus when he was put to death, and I made the verses, and I had a hook that, for the chorus, when I wrote the chorus, but then I realised it was very similar to I Fight to Thee My Country. It was just, it went up or it went down. So I thought I'd incorporate I Fight to Thee My Country as one of the choruses as well. There was another one I was going to add into it, which was World in Union, but that's copyrighted, so that, you know, you can't add it in, whatever. But it was inspired by that melody, the song was, and by what I've read in the Bible about the resurrection, and because it's quite sad when you read it in the Bible what happened to him through all this agony in the garden, everything.
So you tap in, you use that, and the music comes through, basically.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it inspires you and helps you write better music, you feel?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you've got something, if you've got like emotion or something happening to you, or like emotional or like literature or something you've seen or something experienced, I think it's just like writing poetry, really.
Sure. Poetry
with rhyme, maybe, you know, and it's important for everyone to write a poem now, and, you know, because if you think, you know, you've been at work or something terrible happened, or you're just not feeling, you just pick up a pen or play a chord, or, you know, it's just therapy for you, you know.
So I'm just going to stop there and check that it's recorded. Yes, it is. Okay, I will cut it. I'll be cutting it around. So coming back to what we were saying, have you written harmonies for this piece of music? Are you going to get a choir to do all the harmonies in the background?
That is a possibility, because the harmonies wouldn't be that hard to do, really. I mean, you could have it as a 3-parter, have a higher part and a lower part as well. But what I really want to do with it is orchestrate it, because it's not that hard to orchestrate. Maybe some strings, a bit of woodwind, a nice beat as well. I always like the 80s films where you had that reverb beat, the slow one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and work on how to do that.
Okay.
So it's like you get the trumpets in the distance, but you've also got the slow beating. That's the sort of idea that I'd like for it.
Incredible.
You know, a slow sort of ballad with a beat.
So
sort of thing.
do you use Sibelius? When you would arrange, is that what you would use?
I haven't used Sibelius, but I've got a program called Crescendo, which is okay. I'm still getting to grips with it, but if you work on something again and again, you get to grips with it, and you know. So, and there's always PDF manuals there, whatever you do. I've got a new program for music as well, which I want to use as well, for the Sony one. So I'm going to try using that as well.
Amazing. So like yourself, like a lot of people nowadays, are just literally just picking stuff up and learning them.
Yeah.
Like you never went formally to college or university, you never studied to orchestrate or anything like that,
No.
and yet you know how to use the language, you know all about the bars and the intervals and the bridges, and you were making me laugh before because you were telling me you had all these names for the sharps and the flats.
Yeah.
So what are they again?
So for the sharps, it's fat boys eat and drink greedily.
Fat boys eat and drink greedily.
So it goes up 1 sharp every time.
Right.
And then
That's the flats, isn't it?
Oh no.
That's flats.
That's the flats. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I apologise.
Yeah.
F, fat boys eat and drink greedily.
Okay.
So G flat being the worst because that's F sharp.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got go down and enter by force, or go down and enter by whatever.
Something.
And that's for the sharps.
Oh, okay. When did you learn that?
That's my old music teacher taught me.
Oh, really?
And I've never forgotten it, and it's so handy.
Because it's using the mind. Because I remember when I started to play the accordion, I can remember it in Hebrew, but was 1 1 1/2, 1 1 1 1/2. That's the tones. Do re mi, you know, the tones and the sharps on the keyboard. 1 1 1/2, 1 1 1 1/2. I can hear it in Hebrew. Exactly. Because we learn by numbers or word associations and rhymes and stuff like that.
I think it's good for I think it's good for kids to remember stuff. You know, it's easier for kids to remember stuff if they're learning, if they want to learn or whatever.
It is.
It's good for, especially in an exam or whatever, you go, okay, what's this melody in F sharp, and you have to write it, and you know, you go, oh, what is it? Oh yeah. And then you can, you know, right, that's 6 sharp, so that's 7 sharp, you know.
And then
so
you
it's handy.
remember that little rhyme. And we're going to stop there, and in the third part, Francis is going to play something that we're going to be performing tomorrow at the Bath Fringe. One of Piaf's songs, my favourite. If you come to the show, you'll see why. Everyone's in tears. And of course, it's Hymn L'Amour, which Piaf herself wrote the lyrics for, which is absolutely mind-blowing piece of music. So we'll see you back on the third part of the art show. Thank you. I knew one day I would love again. Le ciel bleu sur ne peut s'effondrer, et la terre peut bien s'écrouler. Oh, m'emporte si tu m'aimes, j'aime fou du monde entier. If the sun tumbles from the sky and the sea suddenly run dry, if you love me, really love me, nothing matters, darling. I won't care. J'irai jusqu'à bout du monde, peindre en blanc si tu me le demandais. Accrocher la luna, voler la fortune si tu me le demandais. Shall I catch a shooting star? Shall I bring it where you are? If you ask me to, I will. You can set me any task, I'll do anything you ask. If you love me still, and at last, when all of life is through, I will spend eternity with you. 'Cause if you love me, really love me, nothing matters, I don't care. Oh, m'emporte si problème, mon amour, puisque tu m'aimes.
גרזול. Cause if you love me, really love me, nothing matters, darling. I won't care. Thank you and goodbye.